Albert, what does home mean to you? Wait. Yeah.
We love it.
Oh. Hi. Oh, hi, Albert.
Yeah, this is my apartment. I've been here for about 3 months, so it's not exactly how I want everything, but yeah. I have a lot of art. I think that's something that you will see throughout the apartment.
Yeah.
The larger paintings, this one, and then there's one behind the TV. These are all from
Gorgeous.
the same artist who is, I might say it wrong, sorry, but I think the uncle of a friend of mine who he was an artist, and they're all from like the 70s, and he was a psychologist and an artist, and he made a ton of art, and she had like a warehouse surplus of his art, and so kind of just let me pick out some different pieces. I have all of this stuff.
Yeah, walk us through your gallery wall or share a few of your favorites.
All are kind of meaningful to me in some way. This is a painting I've had since I was like maybe 12 that my friend Ginger Williams Cook did. She's a great artist. This my friend Taylor Williams did. She is also a great artist. I got this from
talented friends.
like a very, very elderly man who was doing calligraphy in like a mall once.
Oh, I love that.
And then this is obviously a concert poster. This I got when I lived in Uganda, and it's actually painted on bark. And it's really
stunning.
I have a bunch of them, but that's one of my favorites. This is a picture of my friend that passed away and some flowers from her grave, Homer. And then these 3 I did, and they're just like little sketchy paintings of some of my favorite places in my hometown.
Holly, I did not know you were an artist.
Well, to the extent that I made these.
They're beautiful.
It's my hometown mall, North Park Mall, a Waffle House.
And your hometown is?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And then Waffle House, and then Ito Sushi, which is arguably the best sushi on the planet.
In Jackson, Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Okay, we're gonna have to go one day.
And yeah, and then the big print is I got it in Prague when I was there working as a nanny.
I want to say right now on camera, there's so much I don't know about you.
I went to Prague with the family I nannied for. I didn't live in Prague and work as a nanny.
Okay, either way, very chic, very cool, very worldly.
I know, right? Yeah, and then the little church, it reminds me of the cathedral in
New Orleans.
And,
yeah.
Obviously. I love New Orleans, my favorite city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I also love this little nook here.
yes, I had that little shelf for forever, and it's full of like little coffee table books, weird books, encyclopedia of reality television, a photography book that I like to look at.
This is behind the scenes of our pop culture queen.
Yes, yeah.
Author of Perk Culture, where I learn about anything that I'm supposed to know about in the pop culture world.
That's a chair that I've had since my childhood. We had it in my house when I was growing up.
That's a lamp?
Yeah.
I have to get closer.
That Lily Tomlin record, I got her to sign, which was amazing.
Oh my god!
My arm. He's excited that you're excited. It's my television.
You know what? That is the center of any home.
You know, I got this TV. This is something new that I bought. But this is an old printing chest, and
A stunning piece.
all of the drawers are like an odd size. So people always go, oh, you could put jewelry in there. It's hard to put stuff in here. They're mostly junk drawers. But I love it. My great grandpa Star left me this when he died when I was about 8 years old. It was full of coins that he collected, like medallions, and he left me that and this, and it has lived in multiple states. And when I moved it in, the mover said, "It's so big, heavy, why?" So, and it is, it's so big and heavy, but
Why?
I love it, and it was a fun thing to leave to an 8-year-old when you passed.
Well, but what a beautiful, like, heritage piece. Like, it's
great. Yeah, I mean,
so unique and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's something that he could just tell as an 8-year-old I would grow into it, and I have.
Well, you clearly were always cool.
Oh, yeah.
This.
I've had in my home for forever. My parents had it when I was growing up. And then this I made at a pottery class. It's a line from Ghost. Yeah. And then
The cinematic masterpiece that we all know and love.
This is a painting. I actually have another of these too from an artist that I met in Panama City Beach on a
Panhandle?
On a trip on spring break when I was a teenager, and he was so hot but kind of nuts, and he painted that.
Well,
and gave
that's
us a
the
bunch
winning
of paintings.
combo.
It set me up to love that for life. These are paintings that I've also had. I had in my childhood home from an artist named Anthony DeFada, who is from Mississippi, I think. That's where I know him from. And all my cookbooks, my mixer, my appliances.
I did not know that your KitchenAid was pink.
Yes, it's pink. It's great. I love it. I've been making bread. I made bagels and pretzels and all sorts of stuff with it. It's great.
You are a Renaissance woman, unlike anyone else I know.
I'm a single trad wife. A sewing machine back here.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, of course you do. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You are such a Renaissance woman. Comedian, writer, pop culture expert, baker.
Pay me to do any of it.
Yeah.
I love to make money from the things that I like to do.
That is the dream. That is the dream.
I made this for my pop culture newsletter because they announced that when Harry Met Sally was like, they were doing like a reunion of Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, and I wrote in it, I would write in the streets if it's an ad for some bullshit like Walmart or something, and then it was for Hellman's mayonnaise. And so the next week I made the sign and I carried it around in the street just because I was upset. And then this is my little vision board that lame. I make them every year. And I have it next to my desk.
Our visions aren't lame.
So that I can see it. And when I'm sending emails for stuff I don't care about, I can go, but there's SNL or whatever. I don't know. This is still of Philippe. I can't remember his last name.
tightrope.
The tightrope walker from
The movie?
Man on Wire.
Yeah.
I watched that movie, and it's one of those things where you're like, perhaps this is about something else. But I saw that movie, and I was like, this has changed my life. Because he walked a tightrope between the Twin Towers. The tallest buildings, he walked a small rope between them, and he did it. And the whole movie is just about how he just like wants to do that, and then he does it. And I was like, wow, everybody has a purpose. And as stupid or silly as it might seem, like walking between two buildings on a wire, if you focus on it and you have the drive for it, you can do it, even if it like defies physical science or logic. You have a purpose. And that is what I took from that movie.
Okay, if you started a religion right now, I would join.
Honestly, he's like a very horny Frenchman who just like wanted to walk in a wire, but I have it in my, so I see it from my desk, so I go, you have a purpose. Like things work out when you
You ground yourself in that.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yep. So that's my little office.
Keep going.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
This is the other side of my kitchen.
So cozy.
My Waffle House stained glass that my friend Casey got me.
I love it.
first job I ever had, I worked at a snow cone place called Snowbiz.
Snowbiz is such a good name for a snow cone place.
Yeah, very, very elite snow cones. This is from Taskmaster, which is a show that I really love.
Oh yeah, I remember watching you do that live version of
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very funny. I was very high.
Yeah. As it should be. This is kind of looks gross because usually there's a spoon there, but I used to volunteer with this art program that was at a homeless shelter, and one of my favorite artists made that. And there's usually like a big golden spoon there, but it fell off. And yeah, this is
still
fridge.
beautiful.
Thank you. I love a photo booth. Always have. Yeah, these are photos of friends that I love. As you can see, this beautiful one here.
Who's that? Oh my god, who are they? Oh,
Yeah, but they're from.
that night was so fun.
That kid is 11 now, so it's some of them are.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm alone and there's a photo booth, I'm hopping in it too.
Oh hell yeah.
And yeah.
So
These I got at the San Gennaro Festival in New York, in Little Italy. They were selling like a ton of them for very cheap, and so the fruit ones are from that. The Hubig's pie is a New Orleans gas station staple. These are just cards, and I want to make that dip one day. Things like that.
I'm gonna make that dip.
I'm gonna make that holy cannoli dip. I'm really like an old woman that I'm like, I want to make this recipe, and I have my coupons over here.
That's amazing though. You're really like inspirational. Like
Yeah, and then I'll
truly.
have like some dog stuff and some other stuff in these baskets that I got when I was in Uganda.
Oh, those are stunning.
This is the bathroom.
That's where the magic happens.
Well, there's a hair bowl.
Oh no, people are gonna know you have hair.
It's deep, which I really
Whoa,
like.
that is so deep.
Yeah, put over the little drain so you can fill it up.
Oh,
Like there. Yeah, it's nice.
you have really figured out how to
That's really
live.
Why I moved into here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've actually, because your place is newer, I'd only been here once before.
Yeah.
And we've been friends for over a year now, but I feel like I'm like learning so much more about like, what is this about Prague? Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
But I just have a few questions. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. How would you describe your personal home aesthetic? Whether or not like you feel like you've achieved it or if it's aspirational, I think you have a very clear aesthetic. But yeah, how would you describe it?
Yeah, I'd say maybe like cozy vintage art, artsy, cozy
Colorful.
vintage. Yeah, colorful for sure.
Yeah.
I want it to feel real homey.
It does.
You know, yeah. A lot of like personal touches.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have a fun question for you.
Okay.
You are recently single,
Yes.
out of a long-term relationship.
Yes.
You hearing this? But you are recently single,
Yeah.
which is why you're newer to this apartment.
Yes.
So you're back to living alone again.
Yeah.
What is your most relished, like, single behavior, like living alone behavior, or just home alone behavior? Like, what is your favorite part about being in this new space and being back to like independent living? Independent living sounds like an elderly facility, but a senior home.
There's a nurse on that.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because even before I was in a relationship, I lived with roommates for many years, and so really this is the first time in like a decade that I've lived on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I love the freedom of it, like, which is, very cliche, but like, I love the freedom.
Yeah.
I love that if there's a mess, it's my mess. If there's like stuff that I have to clean up, it's because I did it. It's not like, even like when I lived with roommates, I would be like, there's hair everywhere and it's their hair. Like now it's just like, I know it's mine and I have to clean it up. Like, and I like the, just that I can do what I want, when I want, where I want. Like, not that I wasn't like restricted by my partner, but it's just like, I could like sit and pop my blackheads for 20 minutes on my couch, and I wouldn't want to do that in front of a partner.
What I relish the most about Okay. Anyway. No, but
No questions, please.
Yeah. Obviously I also live alone, and between like living with a partner for a while and then like had a roommate again for a while. Anyway, it's so nice.
I don't ever have to check with anybody else about like, how do you feel about this painting, or do you like the way that this looks, or like, it's just, I like it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad about this one because Albert is so cozy, and
so
I don't want to like disrupt him too much, but I do have a surprise question, which is just meant to be a little fun, like just shake things up.
Yeah.
Total surprise. When I'm done with the question, I'm gonna like count to 10,
Okay.
and I want you to bring back an item or something that you haven't told us about yet. And it can be anything, just like anything you want to grab.
Okay.
And bring back and do a show and tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's it. So, ready?
Okay, so go.
So go. 1.
We'll go with this.
Wait, this is so cute though. This is a very good pick.
Yeah, well, I feel like I've just talked about other stuff, and it's also like, that's a bowl I got out of the closet. Like, it's not, nothing else really has stories.
But Out of the Closet's an amazing
we love
thrift
Out of the
store
Closet.
here in LA.
This I got in the Dominican Republic. I went.
So detailed.
I know, and it's got like little like fake stickers on it and stuff. I love it. I got it in the Dominican Republic.
Vacation?
Yes.
Or, okay.
So I went with one of my best friends, Casey, that painted the snow biz and got me the Waffle House thing.
Mm-hmm.
We were like sitting at a pool and at her apartment building, and she was like, I really want to go somewhere like tropical or like somewhere that's, you know, better than this apartment pool. And we found this Airbnb in the Dominican Republic, and
I'm getting scared.
she put on her Instagram story like, hey, who wants to go to the DR with us? Oh. And so I ended up going to the Dominican Republic. Like, we called it the real world Santo Domingo because it was 7 strangers, like dudes I didn't know, men. And
Casey!
Men.
Casey
knew them all.
Okay,
And,
that's better.
Well, except for one that was like a friend of a guy that came.
Okay.
It was like something that you could only do in your like early mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was so fun. We had a blast, and even like the guys I didn't know, like they were fun. Like we just had so much fun. And one day we went to town and got souvenirs, and this is the little souvenir that I got.
This is what you picked out.
This is what the place looked like.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
it's like it's fun to be like, oh yeah, that's where it looked like, and that's where we went. And it's really nice that we were just in a no tourist area.
Yeah.
Like, we had a blast, and we went to like we met these like group of really old Dominican men at a cigar bar, like it was just like such a fun, like free little trip. And then
just meeting different humans and vibing.
Yeah, 3 of those people I've never seen again. Like, just it was just that trip.
I feel like that's so romantic. Not like capital R romantic, but like romantic.
Yeah.
And just like a zest for life, a love for everyday life, adventure. Like going somewhere with strangers, people who are strangers to you anyway.
Yeah.
Sharing this experience and then being like.
And I wouldn't do that with most friends, but Casey and I have very similar understandings of people. Like, I know if she's bringing somebody on this trip, I'm gonna get along with them fine.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that I would feel that way about
Yeah.
everybody. But yeah, and then the one guy that she didn't know, he was the worst of the guys. But he did not.
If you're seeing this,
he didn't tell his girlfriend he was out of the country.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want more experiences like that. In the meantime, we're going to the desert next weekend.
Yes.
As a little ladies getaway. But I'm so excited. We'll talk more.
So excited.
We're gonna go get a margarita after this. We'll talk more. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Thank you again for having me and letting me in.
Okay.
And part of the reason I want to do this series and highlight different people's spaces is just, I just the space is something that holds you at all different times in your life.
Yeah.
I know, like, we've both moved around kind of a good bit, and cities, different apartments within those cities. And so across all of those things, across different chapters of life, different apartments you've lived in, like, at the end of the day, what does home mean to you?
Gosh, I mean, I think it's a loaded question, but
I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think even just like that little object, I think so much of my home is full of things that have stories. Almost every item I own like has some sort of sentiment or memory, or you know, like I remember going to that thrift store with my mom, and I think maybe because I've moved around a lot, I don't have like the movie like Go Back to Your Childhood Home and be in your room that looks like high school. Like my parents have moved, like I don't really have an attachment to space as much as like items in it, I guess. When I think about like a space I live in, what makes it feel like home to me is being able to like look around and feel like the comfort of my memories or the people that I love or the things I've shared with them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We have to go get margaritas now, and so I can find out more info.
Yeah.
But Holly, thank you for letting me in. This is so nice. Albert's asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
As well.
No, that's a piece of art.
It used to hang above my toilet, and it was like nice to see them in the mirror every day, looking at you happy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's real art, Holly, and that needs to go up soon. So.